From the beautiful city, Chicago, Illinois, WGN Sports presents White Sox baseball. It's Alexei Ramirez, A.J. Pierzynski, Adam Dunn in the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Miguel Cabrera, Victor Martinez, and the Detroit Tigers. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrell, since we get set to bring you Game 2 of this 3-game set and Game 2 of this 10-game homestand. We'll have 3 with the Tigers, 3 with Seattle, and 4 with Oakland. So the Sox now on a 4-game winning streak. That's the longest in the big leagues as we speak. And tonight, trying to continue on with Edwin Jackson.
Edwin Jackson, last time out in Toronto, he went okay. Gave up 6 earned runs. He went into the 7th inning, and he got a no decision in that one. And this year he's 4-5. His ERA a little bit higher than he would like, but he's got a winning record lifetime against the Tigers, a team he once pitched for. On the other side of the field, Justin Verlander is the ace of their staff. He's 5-5 this year, but the ERA is 3.12. Now, against the Sox lifetime, he's under 500 at 8-9. And in this ballpark especially, he's just 2-6. Make no mistake, this guy is a tough customer with a good curveball and an overwhelming fastball. Through 132 pitches last time out, maybe he'll be a little tired tonight.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Tonight's game is available in Spanish on your SAP audio setting provided by WRTO La Tremenda, Chicago's Spanish language sports leader. Sox come into this one 7 games in back of Cleveland, just 2.5 in back of Detroit, sitting in 3rd place and closing. We'll take a look at how Jim Leyland is going to line up his Tigers tonight. It's going to be Jackson leading off and Don Kelly in the 2 spot with Bosch, Cabrera, and Martinez taking up 4 and 5. Dirks, Peralta, Avila, and Rayburn round out the lineup. The defense and how they're going to line up behind Edwin Jackson, Pierre Rios, and Lillibridge left to right. In the infield, Morello had a great night defensively last night, along with Ramirez, Beckham, and Dunn. A.J. Pierzynski gets a nod behind the plate, and Edwin Jackson on the hill. Jackson 4 and 5, the ERA 4.63. His 12th start of the year. Opponents hitting a rather high 294 against him. He's got to get that slider over early. And he's got to obviously worry about Cabrera and Martinez, the twosome in the middle that are just about as good as anybody in the American League. The umpires for the game tonight. Home plate, Mike DeMuro. At first base, Jim Reynolds. At second base, Tim Welke. And at third base, Andy Fletcher. There's the skipper, Ozzie, looking on. It's turned into a beautiful night here in Chicago after some rain. The other side, it's Jim Leyland. So they throw the ball around. We're ready to play baseball, and I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Huck Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on WGN Sports. So happy you could join us for game 2 of this 3-game set. As Austin Jackson will lead it off. 24-year-old center fielder comes in hitting at .224, 3 homers he's driven in 14. And Edwin Jackson ready with the first pitch of the ball game. Fastball up high. And indeed, the slider is going to be the pitch for him tonight if he's going to have good success against this Tiger club. He's got the short to him, and they have got to know he'll throw it any time and get it over. There's a good pitch, didn't get it. AJ just gave that a triple take.
Well, that ball was entirely in the strike zone. AJ talking with Mike DeMuro, just pretty much asking where was it.
So the count 2-1. Austin Jackson 6 for 19 lifetime off Edwin Jackson. Tigers come in hitting at .254 as a club with a 4.33 team ERA. Tigers are 12 and 16 on the road, 17 and 11 at home.
The Tigers don't have much team speed. They don't run very much, only 20 stolen bases, but their speed merchant is the guy at the top, Austin Jackson. So you want to keep him off base.
And got to hurry. Edwin lost his balance, couldn't get anything on the throw, and so that's a base hit.
We'll take another look at it. This ball squibbed off the end of the bat. Jackson comes over. You have to come over under control. He was not able to do it. And Jim Reynolds on the call. Jackson's got tremendous speed.
He is 8 for 10 in stolen bases. Tigers are 20 for 30. So that'll bring up Don Kelly, who has worn Edwin Jackson out. 6 for 13 with a homer and 3 RBIs.
They have a shuttling third base system now that Brandon Inge has come down with mononucleosis. No determination as to how long he's going to be out. They'll be playing 3 different guys at third base. I think AJ, when he went out to talk with Jackson, said to him, look, don't want you to use a slide step because he hasn't thrown strikes using that, but vary your times holding the baseball with Jackson at first base.
Outfield for the most part straight up, bit of a gap out there in left center. Morel even with the bag off the line at third as there's the pitch out. Safe.
They guessed right. Pitch out was a good one.
That didn't look like AJ got a lot on that throw.
take another look at it. Good jump. Throw is on the money, but just late. Stolen base number 9.
There's a strike to Kelly. This is the 5th meeting of the year between these two clubs in the first 4. Tigers swept us at their place earlier in the season. Sox won the game, the opener here last night, 6-4 behind Mark Burley. And that's foul. So the count 1-2.
Kelly's up there to try to pull the ball to the right side. Jackson wanting to make sure he hits the ball to the left side.
Kelly pulls that one. So the count hangs with the ball and 2 strikes. And here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line. 375 in the gap, send 400 straight away center.
Juan Pierre is in bright sunshine.
Just did get a piece of it.
See Juan in sunshine. Alex Rios just behind the shadow of the light standard in center field. And Brent Lillibridge in the shadows in right. Mark Burley, the winner last night. He's now 17-9 lifetime against these Tigers. And overall, 5-4.
So a long look in now. Once again, the 1-2. And another foul back. 3 finals in the big leagues today. Tampa Bay beat Seattle 3-2. Hellickson over Pfister. Rockies beat the Giants 2-1. Chasson over Bumgarner. And in 14 innings, the Red Sox beat Oakland 9-8. Aceves, the winner. Moscoso, the loser. And another foul ball. So Kelly riding him hard, trying to put him away wet.
But what this will do, regardless of the outcome of this inning, is going to get the pitch count up. This is the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Two and 2.
Texas scored 2 in the top of the first at Cleveland. Josh Hamilton, a 2-run homer. Oh, Fausto Carmona. And that's another souvenir. So the ball boys getting a workout here in the very top of the first inning.
And Edwin has tried everything and used both sides of the plate, as well as going up and down.
Well, we talked about it in his last start and his previous start to that and the previous start to that. Edwin, for the most part, is just hard. He just comes at you with a hard fastball. Earlier in the season, he was featuring a little bit of a changeup.
That was actually pretty effective.
You better believe it was, and for some reason, gotten away from it.
The 11th pitch of the at-bat.
He gone. 1 out.
So Kelly fails to do his job.
Wasn't for lack of trying.
Nope. Big battle. 11 pitches later, Edwin wins it.
So that'll bring up the right fielder. He was in left last evening. Brennan Bosch hitting at .254, 4 homers and 25 knocked in. Bosch has faced Jackson 16 times, has 3 hits, all of which have stayed in the park. It's high and deep.
Brendan Bosch has some big power. He had 14 home runs last year. We haven't seen yet what kind of power he's going to have. It's just his 5th of the year, but he's driven in 27, and just like that, it's a 2-run Tiger lead. Plenty of height and more than enough distance.
Like a hanging slider. As here's Cabrera hitting at .314, 11 homers. He's driven in 40. That's the 6th home run that Jackson has thrown. One of the top right-handed hitters in the American League. And last night, a battle between Sergio Santos and Cabrera. If you missed it. And that ball game was over.
Well, Sergio was intent, along with AJ, on just going slider, 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 until he slidered him out of the game.
Out in front of that one to even the count at 2.
Bosch is telling Casper Wells how he did it.
Full count. So Edwin once again, as usual, throwing a lot of pitches.
And normally he's up when he gets into the 6th inning. He's around the 100 pitch mark. And he will deliver his 25th of this 1st inning to Cabrera with only 1 out. See the difference in home ERA as opposed to road ERA. Drastically different, but so far it hasn't started out well here at home.
That'll bring up Victor Martinez, hitting at .305, 5 homers. He's driven in 28. Martinez has faced Jackson 20 times, has 4 hits. Takes first pitch strike.
Victor, developed by the Cleveland Indians, who have a long history of developing some exceptional hitters. And Martinez, one of them.
And there's a bullet down into the corner. So Cabrera is going to make the turn. Martinez in the 2nd with a double. And a bunch of trouble brewing here in the top of the 1st inning.
He's putting out his hands going, I don't know what to tell you. That low fastball was just crushed over the head of Adam Dunn.
Well, pitchers, a lot of pitchers, some do, most don't understand. I don't care what kind of stuff you've got. If you're going hard fastball, hard slider, hard fastball, hard slider, hard fastball, hard slider, they don't mind it unless you're pinpoint, and he's not pinpoint.
Yeah.
Now it's different. Like with Verlander, he's got fastball, curveball change. He's got a tremendous arsenal. And these runs here are magnified immensely because of the arsenal that Justin Verlander has. Andy Dirks hitting at 250. Right side halfway. And that's popped up. Alexei, that's not going to get the job done. So a big out, 2 down. And here's been a man that's been red hot, Johnny Peralta, hitting at 324, 8 homers, 31 driven in. He was 3 for 4 last night. And lifetime against Jackson, 8 for 30 with a homer.
There you see what he's hitting during the 11-game hitting streak. Ready to deliver pitch number 32 is in.
Outfield straight up. There he pulled a string. Had him way off balance out in front. And you got a man that's been swinging the bat very well himself on deck, and Alex Avila. Three-one delivery. Probably one of the biggest scenarios where hitters can outthink themselves. You've been swinging the bat well. You got first base open, men on second, third, 2 out. Gets your wheels turning sometimes. Let's see what happens with Peralta. Didn't give him a chance to.
That one was nowhere near, not even enticing enough, and Don Cooper is coming out. The right-hander has already made 35 pitches. He's going to face one of their best hitters, especially recently and especially against us. Avila's shown tremendous power to left and left center field.
Well, last night he was 0 for 3 with a sacrifice fly, but he was robbed of a big hit by Juan Pierre. Just a fantastic catch. He also went out deep to center field, taking Alex back on the track. Hitting at 275, 8 homers, 31 driven in. And lifetime against Jackson is 5 for 16. This young man is just 24 years old, coming into his own as a real force.
He was originally selected by the Tigers first in 2005 in the 34th round. Did not sign that time. And in 2008, selected in the 5th round.
This right here could be one of the key outs of this ball game. And we catch a break right there, and a good recognition by Miguel Cabrera.
Well, occasionally you get a bounce that's absolutely perfect. And that's just what happened. Edwin bidding for a wild pitch. This ball getting by AJ and bounces right back to him. Bird had been out by 30 feet.
Sacks packed with bad guys. 2 in already. And the count 2-1.
Alex, the son of Al Avila, vice president and assistant general manager of these Tigers. Ryan Rayburn in the on-deck circle. Let's hope it doesn't get to that.
Big pitch. Pulled his head just enough, so the count evens at 2. The 2-2 delivery. Beckham. Down a big pick. Nice play both ways. Beckham and Adam Dunn. And that'll do it. Taking a base hit away from Avila, but they come up with 2, and after a half inning of play, it's Detroit 2, and the good guys coming to bat.
And Northwest Indiana BMW dealers, the ultimate driving machine. And that's how Ozzy's going to line them up. Juan Pierre leading off, then it's Ramirez, Quinton, Perzinski in the cleanup spot for the second night in a row. Then Rios, Lillibridge, who's been doing great. Dunn, Beckham, and Morrell rounded out. The defense behind Verlander. It's going to be Dirks, Jackson, and Bosch in the outfield with Kelly, Peralta, Rayburn, and Cabrera. Alex Avila behind the plate. And hard-throwing Justin Verlander on the hill. His ERA 3.12. This is 13th start. However, in this ballpark, for whatever reason, Verlander has not had a good run at it. He is just 2-6 at U.S. Cellular Field, although we haven't beaten him now in a year and a quarter.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours as Juan Pierre takes first pitch strike. One was 1 for 2 last night. A little bloop. Peralta. And here's his one hit from last evening.
He was quick to point out to me it was his 15th home run career-wise. He didn't have too much opportunity to use that home run trot, but he did it well.
So here's Alexei hitting at .296. 6 homers. He's driven in 31. Sox come in hitting at .255 as a team with a 4.12 ERA. Fastball to the outside corner.
Last time Verlander threw 132 pitches. We'll have to see if that has any effect on him.
And that's fouled back into the seats.
I was watching that game, and Jim Leland was trying to get him to go the distance. And the pitch is starting to climb a little higher. On his 132nd pitch, he threw a 100-mile-an-hour fastball that missed. Leland had to take him out of the game.
The 0-2 pitch. Down goes Alexei.
That's what makes him so special, that straight change.
So 2 out. That'll bring up Quentin. Hitting at 260, 14 homers, 40 knocked in. He's had good success against Verlander. 8 for 26 with 3 homers and 5 RBIs. Verlander, 28 years old, 6'5", 225 pounds, out of Lakeland, Florida. Nice little town in Central Florida. Al Kaline has a place there, the great Hall of Famer. And they have had, the Tigers have been in Lakeland for I don't know how long, forever it seems like. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Did not check it up. That's inside, 2-2. And right now let's check out our picks to click. Jimangio, our director and the crew. Going with Alex. Steve's going with Pierzynski and Jeff Shearer and Ed Fernandez, all the great folks at Ditka's. We're going to go with Brent Morel.
Morel, both with the glove and the bat, had just a spectacular night last night.
Yes, he did.
Crushed the ball 3 times. Had 3 base hits, was robbed of a 4th in the 7th inning. But with the glove, he was as good as it gets at third base.
He's just going to get better and better. And that pitch is fouled back. So the count remains 3-2 to Quentin.
AJ waiting. See if Carlos can keep it alive.
And that's a high ball 4. Verlander just did a double take, looks in at the umpire.
He thought he had it. That ball had part of the plate. But it was called that way for Edwin in the first inning, and as long as Mike DeMuro stays consistent, probably won't get a whole lot of argument.
So here is Pierzynski hitting at 276, couple homers, 18 driven in. He was 2 for 5 last night, had a couple of doubles. And he is at Verlander well. 17 for 52 with 3 homers and 12 RBIs. That's a lot of ribbies against the guy. 17 for 52 will pencil out at 327.
The reason why he's knocking at the door at 280 is his 20-game stretch, where he's been hitting just about everything in sight.
That curveball hit high into left field. Dirks is there, makes the catch. That'll retire the side. After 1, it is 2-0 Tigers. Ryan Rayburn, first pitch to him, taken for a strike. Rayburn hitting at 199, 4 homers. He's driven in 15. 1 for 4 last evening and 3 for 9 lifetime off Jackson. One and one to count. There's the strike. And the count 1-2.
Aguilar Ordonez is on a rehab assignment and could come back as early as beginning of next week sometime.
That fastball at 94 fouled back.
Outfield playing Rayburn straight away. One is fairly deep in left field.
And that's high into left. Should be a count of corn. So 1 out. Here's the leadoff hitter, Austin Jackson. Hit a little squibber right off the end of the bat down the first baseline. Edwin lost his footing, couldn't get anything on the throw. He beat it out, stole second, and scored on the 2-run homer by Bosch. There's the strike.
The first inning could have been a whole lot worse for Edwin.
It sure could have. Beautiful play by Beckham and Dunn.
Vila bidding for a base hit. Adam making a good pick after Beckham covered a lot of ground.
Count hangs at 1-2. Into left field, right at 1. So 2 down. And this is your chance to win an A.J. Pierzynski autographed jersey by telling the White Sox what you think. Simply log onto your computer and take a quick survey. Answers are confidential. You must complete the survey before today's game ends. So visit whitesox.com/survey during the game to become eligible to win that autographed A.J. Pierzynski jersey. Kelly had an 11 pitch at bat before finally taking a fastball called third strike. And the count 3-1. Texas Cleveland game in the top of the third. Rangers still leading 2-0. So there's ball 4. That is the third walk already issued by Edwin, and that'll bring up Brennan Bosch.
Kelly's been around a while, originally making it to the major leagues with Pittsburgh in 07. Detroit signed him as a minor league free agent. And he's got his opportunity now. Last year he got 238 at bats, not too bad.
And he's got a decent lead over there. That's ball one.
Well, he stole as high as 27 bases in the minor leagues. That was in Toledo in '09. The Tigers, as a rule, are not a running bunch.
And he falls behind Bosch 2-0.
AJ's going out there because the pitches are starting to really pile up. Wants him to take a breath. And try to keep the ball away from Bosch at 2-0.
Two out, one on, and the 2-0 pitch.
To a fastball, tried to get it inside, and Bosch fortunately turned on it a little too quickly. The daylights out of that one.
Another good lead now. He did not go, and the count 3-1 with Miguel Cabrera on deck.
Kelly 2 for 2 in stolen bases. It'll be a pretty good pitch to run as he's extended his lead.
Almost drilled him. So Bosch all over Edwin Jackson.
Tom Brookins, the coach at first. He's also the outfield coach. Jim Leland elects not to run. And this rocket almost gets a piece of Kelly. Had to hop over it. That stopped him from even thinking about going third.
So Cabrera walked his first trip. And that's high into right. Lillibridge. Over. Makes the catch. Yes! What a play by Brett Lillibridge, making the catch, going into the seats, hanging on to it, and that'll retire the side. After an inning and a half, it is still 2-0 Tigers.
is by Brent Lillibridge. He's got to fight the fans for this ball. He catches it, falls into the seats, and takes it away. Chicago White Sox baseball in high definition is brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. That was an important play because Cabrera came in hitting .467 with runners in scoring position. And Lillibridge made sure that he wasn't going to get another chance in that at bat. What a play.
That it was. And here is Rios hitting at .202, 4 homers, 14 knocked in. We better get this guy now because he's not loose yet.
Now, he's been throwing 92, 93, which is usually his pattern. And then as the game moves along and he starts feeling a little better, he gets it up to 100.
1-1 to count.
We haven't even seen the good curveball yet. He's got that one in the bag. Got a changeup. That's a good one. Kind of surprising he's just 5-3. The kind of stuff that he has.
33 games over 500. 88-55. He's one of those guys, when he's right, when he's got his good fastball and curveball and he's throwing strikes, chances are you're not going to beat him. That's the reason these guys make a lot of money.
Well, you just have to hope that his pitch count runs up there where they take him out of the game to get a shot at the bullpen.
Well, if he's got his good control, his pitch count's not going to get up there. Good pitchers, they beat you when they have their good stuff and their good control. That's the reason they're good pitchers.
Well, especially with the stuff that he has, which is a whole lot better than most.
One out. So here's Lillibridge. Boy, this young man's been coming on like gangbusters. Outside of Paul Konerko, who's missed last night's game and this one because of a floating chip in his left wrist, which they hopefully have got it flushed out of there and pushed down so it won't come back up. But outside of Konerko and Alexei Ramirez, Lillibridge has played as good, if not better, than anybody else on this club.
He's in a streak where if you get careless with your fastball, regardless of what kind of fastball it is, he has hit it hard.
And that ball into center field. That's a can of corn for Austin Jackson. 2 down.
Verlander originally the first round draft pick, second overall in the June 2004 draft. You pick that high, you don't want to whiff on that first round pick. They got a good one in Justin Verlander.
Here's Adam Dunn hitting at 182, 5 homers and 23 knocked in. Change up low and away.
He backed him up with a changeup. After seeing one low and away, he went low and in with one and had Adam well out in front of it.
Well, the big hurt Frank Thomas had some interesting comments on Adam as far as there's another changeup. We'll get into that next inning. Meanwhile, it is still 2-0 Tigers. U.S. Cellular Field, game 2 of this 3-game set. 2-run homer by Brennan Bosch in the first inning. A high slider, it looked like, from Jackson. And as we talked about, we better get Verlander quick.
Well, his stuff's going to keep on getting better. The changeup right now is what he's using. He's using fastball changeup. Eventually, he's going to go to that wonderful overhand curve that he has. He's been throwing at least a cutter or a slider occasionally. Right now, he's been a 2-pitch pitcher, and he's going to add 5 to 6 miles an hour on that fastball.
Victor Martinez got a fastball and just absolutely crushed it. Tattooed it down into that right field corner for his 14th double.
Edwin's falling behind again, and this will be pitch number 65.
There's a strike. Well, the bullpen is going to be in service tonight.
They do have Jesse Crane back, and that's good. And his sister is doing a whole lot better, and that's good.
That's good. Real good. Three and 1 to count. Andy Dirks on deck. Peralta in the hole. That's the 4th walk issued by Jackson. The dreaded leadoff walk, and here comes Dirks. And checking on some of our minor leaguers. Down at Charlotte, Diane Viciedo hitting at .296, 9 homers, 40 knocked in with 15 doubles. Jordan Danks starting to get it cranked up. John's brother hitting at .259, 9 homers and 32 RBIs. And Tyler Flowers hitting at .267, 7 homers and 16 knocked in. There's a strike. Birmingham's got some guys swinging the bats. Tyler Kuhn hitting at .342. But you got Christian Morero hitting at .337, 9 homers and 33 RBIs. And Josh Fegley, after a terrible start, really heating it up. .276, 4 homers, and he's knocked in 28. Fegley, a good-looking catcher. Short lead by Victor. And a short swing by Dirks. 1-2.
That was a fastball. That wasn't a slider. He had what looked like a 2-strike defend the zone swing. And it looked pretty awkward.
A little better swing right there. Cardinals beat the Cubs 5-4. Home run by Albert Pujols. Bottom of the 12th inning.
There's a surprise that Albert would come through.
He's a keeper. Been struggling this year though. He gone.
This is Albert's option year, and you wonder, Hawk, if that has any effect on it. Some players it has none whatsoever. Other players thinking about, will they stay in the city that they've been in their whole career? Will they have to go somewhere else or choose to go somewhere else? It's just a different year. I was a free agent twice.
It's like a fingerprint. Everybody's different. Everybody handles that situation different. As here's Peralta. Line shot, Brent. Hang Wolfham for Johnny. Meanwhile, 2 down. I know a couple guys. I knew one guy that went through a personal matter, a divorce, and it just tore him apart. I mean, the guy was a heck of a hitter, and he couldn't hit a lick. I know another guy that went through Same thing, a divorce. And he turned out to be player of the year. So it's, it's everybody handles it differently.
Right. You never really know.
Contract year, we've both seen it. You and I both, Steve, for a long time. We've seen guys that could handle it and guys that couldn't. And the funny thing about it is you knew it up front. And it was talked about in spring training of that final year, their contract year. How's he going to handle it? I don't think it's going to be too good. How's he going to handle it? He'll be fine.
A lot of guys, they cut off negotiating period before the season starts because they don't. If you don't get it done before the season starts, you don't want to hear about it till after the season's over.
Avila robbed of a base hit on a beautiful play by Beckham and Dunn. Beckham going hard to his left, deep in the hole, got it, pirouetted, made a low throw to Adam on a tough hop, and he made the pick. And we'll show it to you after this 2-0 pitch. 3-0.
Gordon Beckham ranges far to his left. And Adam just picks it out of the dirt. Otherwise, this could have been a disastrous first inning.
So the 3-0 count. There's one. And this will be pitch number 78 here in 2 2/3 innings. And a full count. Two out and the payoff pitch.
Not a whole lot of guys will get to 80 pitches in 3 innings. Especially those that have given up just 2 runs.
And once again, the 3-2. Ball hit hard. Right at Lillibridge. Makes the catch. He pitches over the leadoff walk. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. It is still 2-0 Tigers. Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers for their support of local youth baseball leagues. Through the Chevy Youth Baseball Program, the local Chevrolet dealers are supporting over 35,000 young ball players in their communities. From the big leagues to the youth leagues, Chevy is truly the official vehicle of baseball. Gordon Beckham will lead it off here in our half of the third inning. It'll be Beckham, Morrell, then back to the top of the order with Juan Pierre. Ball hit hard, one hopper down to Kelly. One pitch, one out. And a couple more clubs to check on right here in our minor leagues as we were talking about them down at Winston-Salem. Jose Martinez hitting in 302. Everybody loves this kid. Son of former Sox outfielder, Carlos Martinez. Nick Scioli at 268, 6 homers, 21 knocked in. And Ian Gack hitting at 248, but he has 15 homers and 36 RBIs in 54 games. And here's Brent. Takes first pitch strike. A little breaking ball, a little slider flipped up there.
Yeah, he hasn't gone to the curveball yet. But he has gotten just about everything over the plate. And he's only made 28 pitches to this point.
There's a curveball in the dirt. Finally down at Kannapolis, good looking young catcher Michael Blank. Hitting a 259, a couple of homers, 18 RBIs. Chase Thompson with 10 homers, 32 RBIs. Brady Shoemaker, 297, 6 homers and 34. And that's low and away. We got some good-looking young catchers in our system.
Certainly can never have too many of those because they're hard to come by in the major league.
Another curveball. Got that one up. Good pitch to hit. Checks it up. And a reminder, take the White Sox with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every White Sox game live or on demand on your computer or your favorite devices. Visit whitesox.com to order and get more details. Tony and I both have that app, and it's good.
We do indeed.
We both got it on right now, as a matter of fact.
Well, you get all the information you want. You can get trade rumors. You can get scoreboards. I think it's terrific. I've really had a great time with it, and you know, I'm Mr. Technology.
Two hopper. So two down, and here's Pierre. He popped up to short.
Handsome win.
Bottom of the fourth at PNC. Pittsburgh and the Phillies are tied at 2. They had over 33,000 there last night as Pittsburgh beat the Phillies in 12, 2-1. Takes the bunt, takes the ball. Outfield short, swung around to the left. That didn't take long. That's 7 in a row retired by Verlander. Court program. Volunteer. Painted, created murals, performed landscaping work and light construction to renovate and beautify all 3 locations. Several White Sox players, coaches, and announcers, including John Danks, Brent Morrell, Phil Humber, Matt Thornton, Juan Nieves, and Darren Jackson, stopped by to thank the volunteers for their time and efforts, and even did a little painting themselves. The White Sox Volunteer Corps was created by the team to better the surrounding community through service and fan participation. As first pitch, Ryan Rayburn swung on and missed. To learn more about that or sign up for the Volunteer Corps, visit whitesox.com/Volunteer Corps.
If Edwin wants to hang around this one for a while, this has got to be a relatively low pitch inning. He's got just the guys to do it before you get to the middle.
Out in front, and the count 1-2. Well, he's got 83 now through 3+.
Verlander has gotten through the same 3 in the middle 30s.
A bullet. So the 5th hit by the Tigers. And they have had the leadoff man aboard in 3 of the 4 innings.
I would think Jackson's going to be laying one down. Now, it could very well be that he's going to try to bunt for a hit. With that in mind, Brent Morrell right now is in at the cut of the grass. Jackson leads his team in sacrifices with 7. And he also can bunt for a hit.
We had little 45-foot infield hit leading off the ball game, then picked up a stolen base and scored. In the 2nd inning, he lined hard to Juan Pierre. And there's a base hit into center field.
Six hits now given up by Edwin. So no bunt, no attempted bunt. His first ball fastball, inside out swing. And the base hit right in front of, but right in line where Rios was defending it.
And here comes Don Kelly, struck out and walked. Two 6-0 for their guys. No runs, no hits, no errors for our guys. Second of this 3-game set. In the finale tomorrow afternoon, Jake Peavy against Brad Penny. That game right back here on WGN. As there's a bunt. So the sacrifice 1-3.
Deadens this one nicely. AJ has a play in front of him. He sees where the base runners are. Calls out first base. And for Kelly, only his 2nd sacrifice of the year.
Infield in for Brennan Bosch, who is a 2-run homer and a rocket single. So he has been all over Edwin. Takes first pitch strike. And that's slicing, and that's going to be strike 2.
Bosch does not walk a lot. Just 16 walks this year. in 187 at bats. He also, for a slugger, for a guy with a lot of power, doesn't strike out a lot. Just 32 strikeouts. Edwin could use one here.
Tried to get it upstairs and just underneath it.
And Bosch came up last year and had a nose-to-toe strike zone, was literally swinging at everything. Jim Leland told Lloyd McClendon and everybody else, just leave him alone. Let him swing the way he wants to, and he will develop into a pretty good hitter, and that's how it's turned out.
Slider down and in, fouled away. Good pitch by Edwin, and a good job by Bosch just to get a piece of it.
A good catch by the bat boy, just by the on-deck circle on the Detroit side. What at one hop. Good hands in that young fella.
The 0-2. Pops him up. Hit him on the fist. And that's out number 2.
Now, do you walk Cabrera here or do you pitch to him?
Very carefully. Very carefully. I'm not walking Cabrera to get to Victor Martinez.
467 with runners in scoring position.
Well, we saw what happened last night, said the same thing then. You cannot walk this guy. They went right after him and they struck him out to end the ball game. You just cannot make a mistake here. This is the big leagues as far as that goes. If you're pitching around somebody, what you want to do is try to give them a chance to get themselves out, get a little greedy. And if it doesn't, then let him go.
Edwin's made 5 wild pitches this year, so AJ has got to be smothering everything down.
As we talked about last evening, Victor Martinez probably has given Miguel Cabrera the most protection he's ever had since he's been in the big leagues. And here's a 28-year-old guy who's got 919 RBIs. And Victor offers him just tremendous protection. 1-1 to count. And you know what I think about Cabrera. But again, you got to make some pitches. And he got away with one right there.
They hung that ball right over the middle of the plate at 87 miles an hour. And the league's best with runners in scoring position just flat out missed it. Fouled it off. Might not get another one of those. He best not get another one of those.
That's a better way to put it. He gone. And that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is still 2-0 Detroit. a week. For the rest of your life, we'll play Cash for Life instant games from the Illinois Lottery. You keep living, they keep giving. $1,000 a week for life. The longer you live, the more you get. It is still a 2-0 game. A 2-run homer by Brennan Bosch on a hanging slider. Maywin Jackson, top of the first. So here we go. Alexei, Quentin, and Pierzynski. And if you're just tuning in, Paul Konerko for the second game is not in the lineup. There's a curveball. Last inning started to break it out a little bit more. And there's a curveball strike.
His best curveball is 78 miles an hour. In, but it is fast enough so you can't double clutch and still hit it. It's got tremendous spin on it.
Ball hit hard. Change up. He definitely doesn't have a hole. He doesn't like his fastball that much thus far.
No, not like he did last time out. It could very well be he is feeling the effects of 132 pitches.
I think that's exactly what it is. That's what you were talking about in the opening. That curveball. That's the thing about good ones, though. If you're going to have your best stuff and your best control to go out and win a Major League Baseball game against a good team, you're not going to win very much. You got to be able to go out there like he did. He threw 132 pitches last outing, as Steve told you. The last pitch he threw was 100 miles an hour. So tonight he comes out there. He doesn't have that good stuff. Doesn't have that good control. Meanwhile, we have no runs on no hits here in the bottom of the fourth.
Well, that one was 97, so he might be loosening up somewhat.
Yeah. That's the best one he's thrown all night.
Yeah.
2-2. And you can cancel the post-game show. That was a little slider he threw up there.
So Alexei, who's been very hot, reaches out, good plate coverage, takes this ball just off the outside corner and drills it right back up the middle. So a good way to start this fourth inning with the heart of the order coming up behind it.
Here's Quentin. He walked back in the first. Quentin 8 for 26 lifetime off Verlander, and of the 8 hits, 5 of them stayed in the park. Curveball strike. That was a slurve. He'll break that one out occasionally in between the curve and the slider. Late arriving crowd, a nice crowd tonight. Unfortunately, we had a big rainstorm with thunder and lightning about an hour prior to the game, and that certainly hurt some walk up. And the forecast was doom and gloom once again.
Pretty good crowd overall, though.
Yeah, it is.
As you take a look, most of the seats filled.
There's that curveball. Might be saying, what's a slurve? Tell them what a slurve is.
Well, a slurve is a pitch that you'll have between your curveball, which in the case of Verlander is 78 miles an hour. His slider, probably he can get up there 88, 87. And the slurve is going to be a shorter breaking curveball, and it's going to have less depth, and it's going to be up in the 84, 85 range. So hitter sees it, not quite sure if it's a slider or curveball, and before you know, you either foul it off or you miss it. And with Verlander, this is his 6th full season in the major league, and he has learned at this point that when he doesn't have the big fastball right away, he's got to improvise. Some pitchers call it invent a pitch.
Gives him 3 breaking balls,
all of which he can throw for strikes. One of the guys that's hit him pretty well is Carlos Quentin. He seems to be particularly worried about Ramirez at first.
and that hard breaking ball there in between the slurve and the curve. Hitters do not like a guy changing speeds on the breaking stuff.
No, because they can see the spin, so they know it's not a fastball. But if they can't judge the velocity, they've got some problems.
That hit him.
That got him pretty good too.
He didn't want to do that. He wasn't trying to hit him. Is that the 11th time he's been drilled?
We'll take a look and see. This one gets him solid. For Carlos, that's 12.
12 times. All right, well, you see there, Carlos, he does not move well up there.
I don't think he moves at all.
And, Tony Conigliaro, God rest his soul. Tony was the same way, former Boston Red Sox star, young star. If you threw it at his shoulder, that's where you hit it.
That's the first guy that Verlander has hit all year.
Yeah.
So
that ball, like for me, that ball wouldn't even come close to hitting me. As AJ takes strike one, wouldn't come close to hitting a lot of guys. AJ got a curveball and hit it into left field for an out. And that fastball at 96 on the fist.
Well, he's starting to feel a little bit better, but he knows that this has been probably the toughest part in the major leagues for him to get a win. Just 2-6 here at U.S. Cellular Field.
He's treating Alexei out there like he's Jesse Owens.
He thinks he's going to run on every pitch.
Yeah. Got him up and in at 97.
Oh, 2. He decides to heat him upstairs. AJ goes up after it, and he just throws it by. 97, a left-hander. He's not going to catch up to the ball up there.
Here's Alex. He grounded out to second. Boy, there's a huge hole over there. Wavering, holding Alexei close.
Kind of surprising that it would be Rayburn, the guy that throws as hard as Verlander. I think he would be back at his position. It would be Peralta.
First pitch strike at 95.
Tigers must be thinking is the put-away pitch is going to be some sort of breaking ball, something that Alex is likely to pull.
There's some more gas. It's at 96.
He's in a jam, and now he's going back and getting what he's got.
And that's the souvenir right side.
fallen out of his mouth, Jim Leyland, as he is prone to do, walking back and forth. I don't exactly call him a calm manager.
Right to the bag. We'll go to the fifth. It is still 2-0 Detroit.
Lottery, Mega Millions, and Powerball. Tuesday's Mega Millions jackpot is worth $24 million. Tonight's Powerball jackpot is worth $20 million. Somebody hit it and it wasn't you and me.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't me either, but I haven't checked my tickets yet.
Well, you never know.
In fact, I haven't checked them for the last two.
Could very well be a gigantic winner. I'll check them for you.
I doubt it. Hey, look, you got to have field fillers. You and I are field fillers. Somebody's got to build up a $200 million pot.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Martinez, 1 for 1. A vicious double down into the right field corner in the first, and then he walked to lead off the third. 2-6-0 for them, 0-1-0 for us. There's the strike. And the count 0-2. And that one at 96. And a reminder, join the Chi Sox mobile group today by texting Paul, that's P-A-U-L, to 244-769 for a chance to win an autographed Paul Konerko bat. Chi Sox mobile users get special offers, exclusive deals, contest info, and great prizes. Joining is free, but message and data rates may apply. Text Paul to Chi Sox 244-769.
That's a century mark for Edwin. 100 pitches.
Through 4+.
That's a lot of pitches.
Two and two the count. Boy, what a controversy going on now about the Posey and Cousins collision at the plate.
Yeah.
Wow. Whole bunch of stuff, quote, quote, stuff coming out. Edwin snabs it.
Well, it's funny because I was watching the MLB channel, and I watched a play where Pudge Rodriguez absolutely got rolled over. I mean, steamrolled at the plate. He rolled over backwards, got up, showed the umpire the baseball. That was quite a while ago, and they didn't change the rules yet. So catchers have been getting hit since they invented this game.
Beckham. So Dirks is retired. He's 0 for 3. Well, there are points to be made on both sides of the issue. And I've already had some texts asking what my position would be. My position would be status quo. That's part of the game. What are you going to ask a boxer to get in there just because you get a guy, you hit him with a good left and you're right-handed? That means you can't use your right hand anymore. I mean,
that's the equivalent of it.
I mean, how can some people say, well, the catcher's got to give him part of the plate. If he doesn't, then he's got to slide. I mean, where's that come from? That doesn't even make sense. That's part of the game, and unfortunately, you're going to have injuries down the road the same way. And if it's your guy, then sure you're upset about it, and you might come out and want to do some things, say some things. Peralta has walked and lined hard to Morel.
Again, we've seen a whole lot of catchers being run over by a lot of people in a lot of games. And because it was Buster Posey, he's one of the young stars of this game, make no mistake about it. And now there's an uproar to change the rules. And
that's not going to happen.
No, well, I don't believe it should happen.
No way. And I've seen a lot of catchers, and I've run over a lot of catchers. And I've run into some that I wish I hadn't tried because they absolutely brutalized me because they had the ball in time. He gone. So he has a 1-2-3 inning. We're halfway home, trailing 2-0. Like to win $5 footlongs from Subway? Just be the 500th texter to text Subway to 97999. So go to WGNTV.com for complete info and rules. If you're just joining us, you're seeing two guys who don't have their real good stuff or their good control tonight battle their way through this thing. Edwin, who's thrown 100-plus pitches in his 5 innings of work. Verlander's thrown 52 in his 4. And there's only been 2 runs scored in this ball game.
Pretty amazing.
So here's Lillibridge. He went out to center field. Curveball. Curveball. And the count 2-0.
The Tiger bullpen is up and going. Joaquin Benoit. Normally he's their setup man.
There's a strike. 97.
I don't think Benoit's warming up to come in the ball game in the 5th inning.
And the count 3-1. Back off of Verlander. Can't find it. Now he does. Too late. Throws it away to compound. So now, here's a throw to third. Safe. A hit and a 2-base throwing error.
Now they're going to check if Verlander is okay. I think he's more mad at himself than anything.
Yeah, he is.
He knocked the ball down, then couldn't locate it, and then just threw it away. So in a fastball situation, guy who's been hitting every fastball around, Verlander can't find it. That time he does, it would have been too late anyway. Cabrera just misses the ball. That's a play it looked like he should have made at first.
That should be an error on Cabrera.
Yep.
So meanwhile, regardless, our guy's on third base, and here's Adam. Adam struck out on changeups.
Tiger's going to concede the run. Everybody back in the infield. Just a little contact.
And Rayburn playing short right field. And where Kelly's throwing, Lillibridge can get a good lead and a good secondary lead in case of a wild pitch or one that gets away from Avila.
Verlander has 2 wild pitches this year, and he's been throwing a lot of pitches in the dirt tonight.
And the count 2-0. Beckham on deck.
Wouldn't hit the ball hard last time.
One hopper right to Kelly. Change up. And to count 3-1.
In behind first 2 hitters of the inning.
That fastball at 97. So a full count. He's either going to double him up or he's going to change him.
Got him last time on a changeup, 3 straight in the 2nd inning. That's a changeup, I believe. It is.
So 1 out, and here's Beckham.
Kept it low and in. And he had him well out in front of it. So the infield's still going to concede the run with everybody back.
Curveball hit deep. Way back. Dirks looks up. You can put it on the ball. Yes. Yes. Two-run homer by Gordon Beckham, and this game is tied at 2. Mercy. It's all good.
Fifth home run, RBI 17 and 18. He got a rolling breaking ball on the first pitch, and he took it out of the ballpark. That's the 10th given up by Verlander in just over 90 innings of work. First ball, curveball, and gone.
So here's Morrell. He grounded out, hit the ball sharply. As there's another curveball. Hit the ball sharply to Rayburn at second. A 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Of course, with that home run by Beckham, the Alex Snellius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 60, so $6,000 donated by Alex Snellius in loving memory of Ursula. That was hit softly this time. So that's out number 2. And that'll bring up Juan Pierre. A reminder, win tickets to see the Sox take on the Cubs and win the chance to deliver the starting lineup card during the Sox-Cubs series at US Cellular Field June 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Look in your June 5th and June 19th Sunday Chicago Tribune for more details. First pitch strike. Here has popped up softly to short, and then he tried to bunted it right to Kelly at third. It's knocked down. Rayburn, and he throws it away. But Juan did not make an effort to go to second. So that'll be a base hit.
Couple right back up the middle this inning that Verlander has not been able to corral. He slows it down. Fortunately, he slows it down enough so that there's no way Rayburn can throw him out.
And here's Alexei. Don't stop now, boys. That's outside. Alexei picked up our first hit leading off last inning. Pierre 10 for 18 in stolen bases. Softly hit, broken bat, and that'll retire the side, but not before the 2-run homer by Gordon Beckham. We'll go to the 6th, tied at 2. Alec Avila, Ryan Rayburn, then back to the top of the order with Austin Jackson here in the top of the 6th inning. 2-6-1 for the Tigers. 2-4-0 for our Sox. Takes first pitch strike.
This Tiger team, despite coming in with a little lower batting average than the Sox team, has now had an extra base hit in all 57 games they've played. That's the longest streak since Tampa Bay. At 77 to start the season in 2007. Chris Sale throwing in the pen as Edwin has reached the 110 pitch mark. Nobody out here in the 6th.
And the 0-2. Just joining us, this has been a battle, a struggle for Edwin.
Well, for getting out of that first inning, where it could have been very damaging, he's battled in each and every inning. This last inning, his first 1-2-3 inning.
In that first inning, a good play by Beckham and Dunn. Bailed him out without any further damage. Bottom of the 7th in Cleveland, 4-0 Texas. And the bullet right through the middle. So once again, the leadoff man of the wood.
Fourth time in 6 innings that the Tigers have had the leadoff man aboard, and yet there's still just a 2 up there.
So here's Rayburn. He's 1 for 2. He's gone off the left and single hard back through the middle. Hit him on the fist, pops him up. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Yes, nice play, Brent. Big out.
Tough play for a third baseman. He's got a long run, looking back over his shoulder. He takes a look where the tarp is, realizing he's got a couple of steps. He just gets better and better at third base defensively.
Here's Jackson. Takes a little slider ball for a strike. And a count 0-2. Jackson is 2 for 3. Only out he made was a line shot right to Juan Pierre. Big gap in left center.
Nice stop by AJ on the 0-2 pitch. Edwin threw it in the dirt.
Just did get a piece of that one.
It's supposed to be a changeup. turned out to be 90 miles an hour right down the middle. I mean, you got to have a little more variance between that 94 and that 90 changeup. Kind of lucky to get away with that. Let's see if a slider wipes him out. Good job of laying off that, because that was the put away slider.
2-2. Wheel at first, short lead. 1 out. That ball hit hard. Get down. It will. Pierre is there right in front of the track. So that's a hang woofum for Austin Jackson. Another line drive to Pierre, and that'll bring up Kelly. Don Kelly, who was 0 for 1, a strikeout, a walk, and a sacrifice bunt.
At the 120 pitch mark, you would think he'd give him Kelly. And if he doesn't get him, pretty tempted to bring in Sale to face Bosch.
Ball hit hard. Kelly had an 11 pitch at bat, his first one.
Right off his foot. Kelly is a study in persistence, if not much else. Started back in 2001. The Tigers actually drafted him in the 8th round of the June draft. So he was in their system, eventually wending his way to Pittsburgh, where he had not much of an opportunity before coming back to Detroit. He's in his 3rd year back with the Tigers.
2 out and the 0-2 pitch. Texas now leading Cleveland 4-0. Top of the 8th inning at Progressive Field. He gone. 5 strikeouts for Edwin. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th in this 2-2 tie. GN Sports Game Zone for up-to-the-minute stats and information. Log on to www.wgntv.com and enter the Game Zone, brought to you by Connie's Pizza. You can park at Connie's on Archer Avenue and take their free shuttle to each game. So call 312-CONNIES, 312-CONNIES for more information. Bottom of the 6th inning in a 2-2 tie. For us, it'll be Quentin, Pierzynski, and Rios.
Somewhat amazing. Avila threw the last ball down to second into center field. And then as they threw the ball around the infield, he asked the umpire for another baseball. That's a tremendous advantage to have a scuffed baseball for Verlander to start the inning with. And his catcher asked for another one.
It's a different culture.
The game has changed a touch.
He did go, says Jim Reynolds. Quentin has walked and was hit by a pitch.
That was a golden opportunity to score with runners at first and second, and nobody out in the 4th inning.
And the count evens at 1. 2-7-1 for their guys, 2-4-0 for our guys.
Down the ball, man.
That changeup. That's the first one he's given away. He's got a good motion with that changeup. I tell you, that's the worst 5 words that a hitter can hear. The worst 5 words a hitter can hear are, he's got a great changeup.
Well, Verlander, especially when he's pumped up with his fastball. But tonight we've only seen him get to 97, which for him is a little lower than he's been throwing. So he definitely is feeling the effects, although both Verlander and Jackson are battling with everything they've got on nights when they don't have good stuff.
It's fouled away. You know, you can tell a hitter he's got a great curveball. And the hitter will say, okay. Or he's got a great slider. Okay. You can tell him he's got a great fastball. That's what he would rather hear more than anything. The worst thing is he's got a great changeup. Because now the hitter's mind starts, absolutely, the wheels start turning. And there's a base hit on a slider.
Verlander's gotten hurt a bit on that slider tonight. It hasn't necessarily been location. It's that it's not breaking all that much because that ball was well out away from Carlos. Take a look at the location here. That ball is just off the outside corner. And he's able to reach out and just yank it into left field.
So the leadoff man aboard, and here's AJ. He was 0 for 2. A fly out to left on a curveball and a strikeout on a 97-mile-an-hour fastball.
Last 3 innings, Sox have had the leadoff man out.
Short lead by Quentin. Change up. Could not lay off of.
Carlos does not have a stolen base this year. Sox at 500 running. 26 up and 26 down.
Backs that changeup up with a fastball.
Tiger bullpen is getting loose, and this time It is a guy that could come in the game. It's Daniel Schlereth.
Oh, 0-2 the count to Pierzynski.
That was a good curveball. It was the nastiest he's thrown tonight.
Well, starts him off with a change, backs it up with a fastball. Takes him down with a hook.
For AJ, striking out back-to-back is very rare. The reason why he's a little unhappy with himself. But one of the league's best pitchers, and he just threw you 3 unhittable pitches. He only had 10 strikeouts all season long.
Well, AJ is the toughest guy in the league to strike out. He strikes out coming into the night. He strikes out once every 19.8 plate appearances. Ichiro is next at 15.2. So here's Rios. Checks it up and takes ball 1. Short lead. Ball hit hard. Meanwhile, just a strike. 1-1.
Get a run here, you can make a winner out of Edwin Jackson. The worst he's going to do is a no decision, because I don't believe he's going to come out to face the Bosch Cabrera Martinez threesome in this lineup. Not over 120 pitches.
He's shot. Broken bat. There's one, and rack him up. Another double play. That's the second one Alex has hit into. And we'll go to the 7th.
.5. It's been dropping lately. He's been throwing the ball very well. And for the 22nd time, he's actually been given 3 save opportunities. He saved 2 of them. I think he's getting better for Chris as he's getting a little tilt on the slider, getting more comfortable with his fastball in the zone. He's got a tough threesome to face.
So here's Brennan Bosch. He is 2 for 3. A 2-run homer, a hard single, and a pop to short. Takes that breaking ball off the plate. I tell you, that is, you're talking about a workman-like job. Whew. Edwin Jackson worked his behind off out there on that mound.
He's going to be a tired guy tomorrow. And Brennan Bosch hits left-handers pretty well, especially for a young left-hand hitter. But Edwin went 6 innings, gave up just 2 runs. They came in the first inning. 7 hits, walked 4, fanned 5.
Walks.
124 pitches for Edwin Jackson here in 6 innings.
The dreaded leadoff walk. And it'll bring up Cabrera, who has walked. Fouled out to right field. The play that Brent Lillibridge, near the stands, made the catch, went into the stands, and came back out with a ball. And then he struck out the end of the 4th inning.
Cabrera's grounded into 4 double plays this year. That's second on the club in that department.
Come on, Chris. Victor Martinez on deck. Change up, yes.
Well, good call by AJ, because when a guy's having trouble with a fastball, as Chris was, you get in a rhythm, you keep on missing, you got to try something else. Got the change up over the plate.
Another one, and the count 2-1.
Joey Cora going through a set of signs, see if you want to throw over to first base. Bosch 3 out of 6 in stolen bases. Well, now you got to come to the big man with something hittable. At 3-1.
Outfield straight up, spread out. Should be. Rack him up.
Fifth double play grounded into by Cabrera. Chris throws him a low fastball. That ball actually out of the zone, but too close to take. Pretty easy after that. They get Cabrera by 10 steps.
So here's Victor Martinez. A double, a walk, and a bounce back to the pitcher.
Victor's been a good hitter from both sides of the plate. He's been much better from the left side with more power as a left-hand hitter. 286 right-handed is not too bad.
He's just a dangerous, dangerous hitter. He can look terrible and all of a sudden come up in a big situation. He's a good 7th, 8th, and 9th inning hitter.
And he was catching every day for the Indians. He had that kind of bat. What a weapon that was.
He's just really a good hitter, that's all. And a great competitor. I've always respected this guy immensely.
He was one of the clubhouse leaders. And in Cleveland shedding a payroll, he was gone.
So that's the second walk, and that'll bring up Andy Dirks as he looks over to see if it's going to be called back. So a reminder, Bacardi at the Park, the Sox new restaurant and bar, is now open, offering a full menu from Gibson's Restaurant Group. Bacardi at the Park is a great place to meet your friends and watch all the action on over 70 flat screen TVs, all HD. So with or without a game ticket, Bacardi at the Park is open to fans at 11 a.m. before all home games, so stop by, located at Gate 5 Plaza right here at U.S. Cellular Field. Dirks is 0 for 3. He's popped to short, struck out, and grounded to second. No chance. 0 2.
One more of those is going to be 0 3 and move on to the next inning. I think Dirks might have even been surprised that he was coming up to face.
Well, he was. He was looking over there as he was leaving the on-deck circle. 1 2 to count. A 2-2 tie. Here in the top of the 7th inning. Broken bat, softly hit. Beckham's got him. 7th inning stretch, tied at 2. It's a 2-2 tie here in the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Lillibridge, Dunn, and Beckham, the first 3 to face Justin Verlander.
Don Cooper having a talk with Chris Sale. Tell him you've got pretty good stuff tonight. Can't be walking 2 guys.
I have never seen in my career, and you and I both have seen a lot of managers and a lot of pitchers. What I have never seen in my career is that popped up by Lillibridge. Cabrera. So 1 pitch went out. Brent now 1 for 3 with a run scored. But I've never seen a tandem of a manager and a pitching coach, especially with young pitchers, who handle them better than Ozzie and Don Cooper.
Well, Ozzie, for one, gives Don a lot of autonomy. There's a lot of managers that won't do that with a pitching coach because there's either no trust or they want to control a little bit more of the game. Ozzy's not one of those guys. He tells Don Cooper, look, you know more about pitching than I do, so take care of these guys. They're your guys. And it seems to work out pretty well as Don has gotten the most out of a whole lot of pitchers who either have come up here for the first time or had no success someplace else, and they find it here. This year it's Phil Elmer.
Mainly I'm talking about young pitchers, especially. Ozzy, I remember his first year here in 04. He asked a lot of guys about the pitchers. And Garland was a young pitcher. And Garland's first start that year is there's a curveball strike, so Adams gone for the third time. 2 down. But Garland's first start that year was in New York. And in the very first inning, he gets in a lot of trouble. And in the past, that bullpen would have been up. Ozzy don't even go out to the mound. Garland looks down there. There's no action in the bullpen. He gets out of the jam and goes on and pitches a heck of a ball game. He let him know right there, hey, you don't have to look over your shoulder. He's done that with. I've never seen a guy handle better young pitching than Ozzy and Don Cooper. Beckham hit a 2-run homer to tie this ball game up back in the 5th. Goes through that 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
Here's our 4th drive of the game, and it was a rolling breaking ball that went out of the yard. After a little bit single, that tied it at 2, and that's where we stand.
Chops that foul over into the dugout. 31,037. Without that big forecast, that gloom and doom forecast, and also the big storm that passed through here about an hour before game time, it would have been a real big crowd. Curveball. 2-7-1 for their guys, 2-5-0 for our guys. Coming right at him.
Well, he gave him whatever he could, which was 97, and couldn't get it by Gordon. Verlander at 93 pitches, which for him is not a high total.
Big curveball, hangs high.
That's
so
the
count evens at 2.
When you're out there on the mound, that's the one you know that if you can get this ball over the plate, you're going to strike him out. And he gave him the big bender, but that ball hung inside and hooked around the plate.
Tried a changeup on him.
Gordon has been just getting a succession of very good at bats. I mean, so obviously that batting average isn't where he wants it, but he's gotten to the point now where I think he's feeling pretty good about his swing and the way he's seeing the baseball.
Up the middle. Bobbled. And they just do get it. So we'll go to the 8th, still tied at 2. Top of the 8th inning. Peralta starts him off with a changeup, takes it for a strike. Breaking ball, strike. 0-2 the count. 28-year-old shortstop. Only committed 2 errors this year.
And he's another guy brought up to the major leagues and developed by the Cleveland Indians.
Well, he's been a pretty good hitter, but he's just 28, and before he's done, he's going to be a real good hitter.
I would think his position eventually is going to be third, but Brandon Inge normally plays there.
Well, Brandon Inge is a terrific third baseman.
A great defender, out indefinitely with mononucleosis.
2-2 the count. Put him away. Don't want to go full. Brandon Inge has been a player. Has been a very valuable asset to that organization for a long time.
I think Jim Leland summed it up when it came to injuries. I was in his office when the reporters came to him, and the report had come out about Brandon Inge. They said, well, what are you going to do with third? He goes, I'm going to play the guys that I have. That's what you do when guys aren't available to play. There's no miracles here. You play the guys you have in the positions, and you don't worry about the guys who are not here. When they get back, then you worry about them.
Full count had him 0-2.
Alex Avila in the on-deck circle, so you just as soon get Peralta.
The change up.
Helped him out there. That ball was out of the zone.
Another change up. Outfield, straight up, spread out. Bit of a gap out there in left center. Just joining us, Tigers 2 in the first, 2-run homer by Brennan Bosch. Sox 2 in the fifth, 2-run homer by Gordon Beckham. So the dreaded leadoff walk after having him 0-2.
0-2, he fouled off some good pitches, led to an 11-pitch walk.
That's the third walk issued by Chris. And here's Avila. He's 1 for 3.
Jesse Crain getting loosened up and ready to go. Next two hitters are Rayburn and Jackson. But I would think that if you bring in Crain, you won't see Rayburn. Most likely to see Santiago, who is a switch hitter.
And that's foul. So the count 1-1. Really putting himself in that category of being one of the very fine young catchers in the American League. We've got some good young catchers over here. You got Suzuki out in Oakland. You got Matt Waiters there in Baltimore that's coming along. He's growing. You got Santana.
Just really starting to develop into
Santana's got a chance to be a monster.
What he's going to be later on.
2-1.
I always like Kurt Suzuki. He's a guy because he plays in Oakland you just don't hear a whole lot about. Yet when you play against him, and by the way, they're coming in for 4 to end this homestand and still plenty of seats available. But Suzuki is a terrific catcher, very mobile, and gets big hits with that Oakland team.
Fouls that one away. So get a break right there, and the count 2-2.
Looked like a double hit.
Had 2.
And Avila very lucky that he's in the batter's box. Down, up, and back. Jamming at the ball is not usually going to get the job done when you're trying to bunt.
Decent lead. So another full count. Payoff. Line shot caught by Morrell. I tell you, Avila can square it up. And here comes Ozzie. That young man's got a chance to be one heck of a player.
Well, Ozzie points to the bullpen. That'll mean Jesse Crane's going to come into this one. And so Chris Sale will exit. And with Jesse Crane coming in, we'll step out. I'll be back after these messages. 2:59 on for the 24th time. He inherits a tying run at first base. And Ryan Rayburn will face it.
So here is Rayburn. He's 1 for 3. Well, it's a pretty good lead over there. Jesse with a good move. Yes, he did. And the count 1-1.
Jim Reynolds says, even it up at 1. He went all the way through that one. Peralta doesn't have much speed. 0 for 2. Stolen base department, and he just gets back.
He had that good lead. Mix that up with Jesse's good move. Close.
Especially for a guy that hasn't stolen a base this year. He's getting a little adventuresome.
Yeah, he's trying to get a good lead and a good jump in case there's a single. Put one out to get into third. Two and 1 to count in that 4-0 Texas shutout over Cleveland. Holland the winner, Carmona the loser. Holland now 5-1. Fausto now 3-7. Another pretty good lead by Peralta. All right, take your time, make a good throw. There you go, and rack him up. Nice going. 1-4-3. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Morel, Pierre, and Ramirez.
Here's our Honda game summary. It's a 2-2 game. Gordon Beckham with a 2-run homer. Peralta with his 11-game hit streak on the line hasn't had one yet. It was Jackson against Verlander. And visit your local Honda dealer today to test and drive the 2011 Honda Cross Tour, available with 4-wheel drive.
Brent Morel will lead it off for us here in the bottom of the 8th in a 2-2 tie. And there's a base hit. Attaboy, Brent. Good way to start the bottom of the 8th. He's now 1 for 3.
First ball fastball. And he threw a 4-seamer. He kept it down. And Morrell drives it through left side. That was only 91 miles an hour.
So here's Juan Pierre. Juan had an infield single. He's 1 for 3, and he has really been okay in the sacrifice department, but overall his bunting has been not where he wants it to be.
I'm sure that Ozzy's going to ask him to lay one down here. Juan has 9 sacrifices.
That'll get the job done. Beautiful bunt by Juan Pierre.
Juan almost beats this one out, making sure that he deadens it. Avila off balance throw, flicks it across to first. That was well done. The 2-4 sacrifice and the potential go-ahead run out at second base.
Come on, Alexi. Right man, right place, right time, right now. Curveball. And the count 0-1. Like I said, picked up our first hit leading off the 4th inning. That fastball shanked to the right side. And very quickly, count 0-2. Fastball at 96.
Verlander has reached the century mark. Jim Leyland knows that this is his horse. And when you're the number 1, they'll let you stay in there to get a decision most of the time.
Out and around that one. Change up at 89.
Jeff Cox got down in a hurry that time. Despite being a diminutive coach, still able to get down. Brent turns around and checks where every one of the outfielders are playing. Good heads-up baseball. He knows if he hits the ball to left center, he's going to score easy.
Watch out. That one at 97. Quentin on deck. Krasinski in the hole. Just tuning in, Paul Konerko for the second game. Not in there. That sore left wrist issue he has. Curveball, base hit, yes! They're going to hold him now at third as Dirks gets to it in a hurry and gets it back in. So runners at the corners, 1 out, and here comes Quentin.
Wise choice by Jeff Cox. This is a hanging curveball on the inner portion. Lexi with his second hit of the night. Dirks gets to the ball very quickly in left field. And he comes up with a good, strong throw. That ball was cut off, but it was right on the mark. So runners at the corner.
The ball was hit the cutoff man. Even though it's cut off, if he tries to score, he gone.
Well played defensively.
Here's Quentin. His walk was hit by a pitch, and then singled on a slider in the hole between third and short. Jacks it up, takes ball one.
Carlos, one of our best hitters against Verlander, and just in case we do push one across, Sergio Santos about ready to go.
That one at 99. That's the fastest we have seen him tonight. And here it is in the bottom of the eighth after a slow start by Verlander, who threw 132 last time out. That one at 99. And the count 2-1.
Well, Verlander is reaching back, knowing that this likely will be his last inning. Al Albuquerque, a hard-throwing right-hander, has joined Flereth, Daniel Flereth, in the bullpen. Albuquerque can rush it up there.
That breaking ball. Slurve, a hard one.
Well, after you've seen 99 a couple of times, 81 is tough to wait back for.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's high. Verlander just glaring at DeMuro.
Mike DeMuro has not called that high pitch all night long. Now there's some umpires that'll give you that, but DeMuro's been consistent. Nobody's gotten it tonight. And if you don't get it in the first and second, you're certainly not going to get it in the eighth.
So 1 out, runners at the corners, and a full count. Got him. That one at 100.
Yeah, that had the plate, and Verlander reached back for whatever he had. Take a look where this one appears.
So down goes Quentin at 100 miles an hour.
Here comes Jim Leyland.
He might have some trouble getting
Verlander.
He's just going out to he's not going to take him out.
No, I don't think he's taking him out. Not at 109 pitches.
He need Charlie O the Mule to do that.
Telling him, I know you got enough. It's the question of going to get him. You just don't take your horse out. He is their horse.
And when you get a guy like Verlander, who indeed is the stuff.
Leave him in.
If he wants to stay in, he stays in. He'll tell you if he's out of gas.
It's his ball game. And one way or the other, win it or lose it, he wants to stay around to see which way it goes.
So here's AJ. AJ's had a tough night. Fly ball into left and a couple of strikeouts.
Turns into a real good night with a looping base hit here.
Nice block, nice stop by Avila. Beckham with that 2-run homer in the 5th. Tigers got their 2 in the 1st with a 2-run homer by Brennan Bosch.
Could very well be that Jim Leyland said, look, this guy's got 9 walks in 188 at bats. Might not want to throw him too many good strikes because you've got Alex Rios coming up next.
And Alex has, to put it mildly, been scuffling.
He's had a tough time getting the hands out. He's broken a couple of bats and inside fastballs. Both of those pitches out of the zone, the second of which was a biter. That's how he struck him out back in the 6th. That's the reason for the tie right there. Gordon Beckham and his 2-run homer coming back in the 5th inning. His 5th of the year.
Big pitch. That one at 99. This is inside. This is a Bartolo Colon type effort right here. Throwing harder in the 8th and 9th than you did in the first 7.
By a lot.
Look at the pick by Verlander. Saves a base hit. Mercy. Dadgummit. What a play by Verlander. And we'll go to the 9th. Here's Jackson, Kelly, and Bosch to face Jesse Crane. Up high. Jackson is 2 for 4. The 2 outs have been line drives to Juan Pierre in the left.
On this ball club, this would be the last guy you would want to walk in a tie game in the 9th. He's not the lone speed on the team. He's just most of the speed. That
ball hit hard. Nobody's going to get it. Right off the wall, green side. So yeah, he's making the turn. And that's the leadoff triple.
Well, Alex got trapped a little too close to the wall on the carom. The carom got by him. And it allowed Jackson to go all the way to third. So with the count 2-0, Crane has to come in with a fastball, and Jackson hits a rocket. See Alex getting too close to the wall, and that carom goes by him, and that allowed the extra 90 feet.
Now the Sox bring the infield in for Kelly. It was 0 for 2, a couple strikeouts with a walk and a sacrifice bunt. Count evens at 1.
Will Oman starts loosening up in a hurry.
Two balls and a strike.
Bosch, the left-hander, up next.
Pops him up. That's not going to get it done. 1 out. Jammed himself right there. So here's Bosch. He's 2 for 3, a 2-run homer, a hard single, soft pop up to short, and a walk. Fouls that one away. And looking for flexible ticket plan for the season. The Aussie plan includes your choice of 13 games, including the BP Crosstown Cup Series against the Cubs and matchups against the Twins, Yankees, and Red Sox. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com. 1-1 with 1 down. Here in the top of the 9th inning in this 2-2 tie. Yes, he did.
Bosch, another one of those guys that swings at just about anything. And Jesse dropped that breaking ball low and in. And he went all the way around.
Jesse trying to pitch out of a huge jam. And that ball is smoked.
Tom Brookins showing that he's got some pretty good reflexes still, getting out of the way of that. Valverde, the closer. Benoit will come in if the Tigers don't score.
Well, for us in the bottom of the 9th, Rios, Lillibridge, and Dunn. And Beckham and Morel. Seeing a couple of breaking balls down and in. See what they want to do. Hard high. No. Change up. Low and away. Slow low.
Cabrera in the on-deck circle has been very quiet here tonight.
He did not go. So full count.
Trying 2 straight changes in a row. Kept the bat back.
He didn't go.
Good call by Andy Fletcher. Trust that breaking ball down and in. Now's a good time for it.
Or they might triple him up here. Payoff pitch. They tripled him up. He gone.
Got him on a straight change, and that was a good one. This one gets a whole plate. Bosch well out in front of it. And now the league's best with runners in scoring position, Miguel Cabrera.
He is 0 for 3 tonight. He was 2 for 4 last night. Has popped up. Right side. Lillibridge a long way to go. Can't get there. 0-2 the count. Lillibridge has already gone in there one time to the seats and made a terrific catch on Cabrera.
And all the fans on their feet. Looking for the final strike in this at bat.
The 1-2. A ball hit high and deep. Lillibridge back. And it is a 2-run homer for Cabrera. It is 4-2 Detroit. One pitch from getting out of it.
Home run number 12, RBIs number 41 and 42. And Cabrera, who had done nothing until this at bat, hits it the opposite way and gives the Tigers a 2-run lead. That's going to be it for Jesse Crain.
That's a shame. Jesse gave up the leadoff triple, then got Kelly on the soft pop-up, struck out Bosch. Had the 1-2 count on Cabrera, gave him a softy out over the plate. So he departs, and we'll be back.
His 19th appearance.
So here's Victor Martinez, who is 1 for 2 tonight. 4-2 Tiger lead. A 2-out, 2-run homer by Cabrera, and take another look at it.
That looked like a slider. It didn't do a whole lot of sliding.
No, that was a cookie.
That's one strong man right there.
We got 3 outs to get something done. Let's don't give up any more. And the count 2-1. To Hopper. All right, boys, we got some work to do. It'll be Rios, Lillibridge, Dunn, Beckham, Morrell, and hopefully a couple of more.
Tomorrow, right here on WGN, it's the finale of the Tigers series, and then on Monday and Tuesday, the Mariners come to town for consecutive night games, followed by a third one. Watch the White Sox this week, brought to you by Lincoln. Don Kelly will shift over to right field. Danny Worth comes into the game at third. Ramon Santiago checks in at second. And the closer is Jose Valverde. He comes in the game at 2-2. The ERA 3.24, on for the 27th time, looking for his 15th save.
All right, boys, let's go. Rios to lead it off. He's 0 for 3. Grounded to second, twice is hit into a double play. .33-year-old right-hander, big man, 6'4", 255 pounds. Outfield around to the right. And to count 2-0, and a reminder, join us for Mullet Night and Fireworks on June 24th. Sox against the Nationals at 7:10. Enjoy Mullet Night and post-game fireworks presented by Great Clips. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
Well, Verde came to the big leagues with the Arizona Diamondbacks back in 2003. He had consecutive years of 47 and 44 saves in 07, then 44 with Houston in 08.
Don't help him out, 3-0.
Rick picked him up as a free agent. Last year he saved 26 in 60 games for these Tigers.
Well, he was born in the baseball capital of the world. Must be some in the water down there.
Cleveland, Ohio.
The world's biggest fire trap. Yes, that's right. San Pedro de Macorís.
Well, that's the cradle of shortstops, and somehow he
That's
grew out of
baseball
that,
player.
He grew out of that
That's
position.
the greatest baseball factory. There's got to be something in the water. The 3-1. And that's ball 4. So there's the dreaded leadoff walk. That's what we're looking for. And here comes Lillibridge, who's 1 for 3. Done on deck.
Verde has given up 3 home runs this year in 25 innings of work.
Just a little get me over breaking ball right there.
In those early years with the Diamondbacks, he could really get it up there. He was in the 98, 99 mile an hour range.
And that's low and away. Ball hit hard into center field. Right there is Jackson. So that's a hang whoop'em for Lillibridge. Hit it right on the money. Dadgummit.
Brent, at this point of the season, if you get careless at all with any kind of fastball, he's going to hit it hard. And Austin Jackson was shading him around toward right center. And he was able to make that play.
So here's Adam. 0 for 3 tonight. 3 strikeouts. And he is 1 for 7 lifetime off Valverde.
Well, he's familiar with him in that Valverde in the National League a long time, as was Doug.
Takes ball 1. That's a shame. Lillibridge hit it right on the money.
He's been doing that for the better part of 2 weeks.
Well, as I said earlier, outside of Canerco and Ramirez, he's been the best player we've had. Just underneath it. The ball is striking out. 4-9-1 for the Tigers. 2-7-0 for our guys. Reminder, tomorrow afternoon, Jake Peavy against Brad Penny. If you can't make it to the ballpark, that game will be right back here on WGN. Had him way out front. And that's low. Ground ball. There's one. And it's a bad throw. So we're still alive. And that'll bring up Beckham.
Take another look at it. Worth is over there. Makes a good solid throw. The relay pulls Cabrera off the bag, so we get a big break because this one should be over. Peralta did not get a real good pivot. The game stays alive.
Right there at 96. Come on, Gordon. Can you do it one more time? That one at 95 and the count 0-2. Gordon, a 2-run homer back in the 5th inning. Three 2-run homers in this ball game. Unfortunately, they have 2 of them. And that is out of play right side to the LG Skyline Club seats.
Valverde was going to walk all the way into Avila.
This ball game is over. So the Tigers squared up at a game apiece. Rubber match tomorrow. Jake Peavy against Brad Penny, but they win it 4-2, and we'll be back.